Welcome to Of Course She Did, a Vancouver Island Knitters podcast where we chat about craft, connection, and our unique coastal community. We're friends who have decided to knit boldly, make mistakes proudly, and finish projects eventually. Thank you for joining us. We are so lucky. We're talking about our coastal community here in Victoria, BC, and we're Zooming today with Pamela from Windswept Fibres and Design, who is on the absolute other side of the coast. I'm super excited. So welcome, Pamela.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
And you're in Newfoundland. Now, do you say
Newfoundland
or Newfoundland? There you go.
Arguing about this all the
time. Newfoundland. Nice.
And have you always been out there, or?
Yes, I am from here. My parents are from here, my grandparents. I have lived a little bit in Alberta. We were there 4 years. But other than that, yeah, I've been home.
Okay,
born and bred.
Amazing. We're both transplants from Ontario here in BC. So,
okay.
My husband was sort of born here, bred here, but I just the roots, the history, and Newfoundland is on my bucket list, and I'm actually talking with my mom about coming this spring. What can you tell us about the life in Newfoundland? Because I have never been.
Oh, well, you definitely need to make this a priority. Come visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably winter, spring may not be your best time to come.
When does spring
the best
end?
Weather.
When does spring end for you guys?
Pardon me?
When does winter end? When does the spring happen?
We often say we don't get spring here.
Okay.
We go straight from winter to summer sometimes. Yeah, we really wouldn't be able to tell you for sure. Sometimes May is beautiful. Sometimes there's snow. So yeah, it's unpredictable.
Right.
Usually summer, fall.
I think we were aiming June, July
good.
when the icebergs flow. I think
the icebergs are usually there. Yeah, May, June.
Oh, okay.
That kind of time. Yeah,
I think that's
June it is.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
And just bring warm clothes because you never know which way it's going to go.
Yeah. Layering sounds pretty smart. And what's the fiber culture like out there?
What is naturally here, you mean? Like we don't have a lot of sheep that we use for wool here. I think some people do. It's very rustic. I import the yarn that I use. I don't use anything locally, unfortunately. That would be really nice if I could. But I don't.
Where would all the sheep be if winter lasted 10 months? So
yeah,
they'd all be in a barn. But I think there's strong knitting history
absolutely.
in Newfoundland.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. It's my mother was a knitter. My grandmother was. The funny thing is, I didn't knit a lot while my mother was alive. I learned as a child. I didn't do it a lot through my adult years. She did. And then I picked it up again probably only about 10 years ago, and I became addicted.
Oh, wow. What was
so all of this has sprung out of that.
Yeah. What was the impetus to pick it up all of a sudden?
Just decided one day I'd like to knit a sweater, and had walked into my local yarn shop, hadn't bought yarn in many years, did not know about the whole world of hand-dyed yarn, and met the owner, fell in love with the yarn. It was Julie Aslan yarn.
Yeah. Yes. And, Erin just started a project with Julie Aslan.
Wow. So, and I knit that sweater in probably 2 or 3 weeks and went back for more. And then I begged the owner for a job. So I started working for her there.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was just, I had found a new world that I didn't realize existed. And then from there, I started dyeing yarn for that shop. That was the goal, just to put a little bit of yarn on the shelves that was local. because we had so many people coming in asking for local yarn, locally dyed.
Yeah.
So that was where it started. And then she ended up selling the store, so I went on my own.
You didn't buy the store?
I wasn't in a position to do it at the time. So
Understandable.
that store actually moved out of the city. And then when I had an opportunity a couple of years ago to open my own, I have a little shop now on Water Street.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's
wonderful.
Windswept. It's called Windswept Fibres and Design,
It
isn't
is.
it? I think it's in something called the Loft. Did I read that
It
correctly?
is. It's inside. It's a very cool building called the Artisan Loft.
Yes.
She rents out space for different artists, and I have rented one of those spaces.
What a wonderful community to be in of all artists.
It is.
Is it artists of different kinds of fiber?
It is.
Or paintings, pottery,
everything. Painters, pottery, photography, everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so do you carry just your own hand-dyed yarns, or is
Yes, that's all I stock is my own.
Okay, so you must be really busy dyeing.
It's been very busy. Yeah, but I love it. I'm enjoying every step of the way, learning so much. Yeah, it's been a challenge.
Does anyone help you, especially when it's so chaotic like it is just now?
The only help, really, I have a few friends dropping over tomorrow morning to help me label about 400 skeins of yarn. I'm getting ready to go to Knit City, Toronto.
Cool. Fabulous.
So I'm trying to box up and get ready for that this week. So I do have a friend, a few friends coming to help label, but I do all the dyeing and the twisting and the
a one-woman show.
All of that stuff.
How many times?
Basically, it's one woman.
How many times do you twist a skein before it goes into being a skein?
Well, I have an electric twister, so could not do this by hand.
Yeah, because you have at 400 by hand. That would take.
I feel like I've heard someone say 16 times you have to spin it 16 times before to go properly, and the hank will go properly into a skein. So that popped into my head.
It's probably true. I set my winder for 3.5 seconds, so it does 3.5 seconds per skein. So I'm not sure exactly how many twists. I guess I could count.
No, don't worry. It was just a funny thing. Like oh, beautiful.
So yeah, I would say you're right.
16
if you did it that many times, that you would get a twist like this.
That's funny.
But yeah, I couldn't do it by hand.
And so is this your first time going to Knit City?
It
Toronto?
is.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you sell everything.
Oh, thank you. I hope so. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great adventure, I think.
Yeah. Exhausting, but exhilarating at the same time. I'm sure it's a big
Very much
event.
so.
We went to Knit City Vancouver this year, and it was surprising, how much people brought, and the people that, maybe didn't have as much stock and sold out. Poor Jody.
Yeah. There was an Indulgent Yarns, and I
New Brunswick.
I should have bought it when I saw it, because when I went back, it was gone.
So good.
It is quite a challenge to know what to bring and how many of each to bring, and should I go with more variety or should I go with more volume? I don't know. It's all a learning process.
And it's always a guess, I would imagine. It probably do you think it depends on trends or color trends or
it's when I started it, I realized I was not going to please everybody, and I thought I'm going to go with my gut and what appeals to me. And I look at trends, but for the most part, I look at what I love. And then I think that, there's going to be someone out there that loves this. And, and if not, they'll find somebody else that appeals to them. But yeah, that's sort of how I look at it. So I'm just
your Labradorite definitely appealed to us.
Oh, it's so I love how
got hers. It's beautiful. Like online, I saw it on Instagram first in Jennifer Beal's 10 Mile Bay sweater and just fell in love with it. And then I thought, oh, I love Labradorite. And so when we were Googling, trying to find you, we found 7 other places. Yeah. There were 8.
Yeah.
And so you were kind of the inspiration for my whole
for the whole project.
That's so interesting.
There might have been beverages and alcoholic beverages involved on New Year's Eve. But so we originally ordered from 6 companies, and now we're just waiting for this 8th company. We've ordered 7, and the 8th company, they were out of stock, and so they get back in stock on the 5th of March. And I'm a completionist.
I love that.
So go ahead.
We're going to ask the same question. So where did your inspiration for Labradorite colorway come from?
Just because all of my business is based on my love of Newfoundland. So that was right from the beginning. It was going to represent our culture and all the things that I see around me, everything from the food we eat to, what the land looks like. So Labradorite was just one more thing that is here.
So it's not necessarily the stone Labradorite, it's Labrador.
It is.
Yeah.
No, it is.
And that is from Labrador.
Yeah. Labradorite the stone Labradorite that's found here. Yes.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I did not realize. Look at you looking at me like I'm stupid. Oops, sorry.
So that's where it came from, is just, it was
makes sense.
One of the many things here that I love. And I have a Labradorite ring that, I just love the colors and the way they played off each other. And so it was a challenge. It was one of those things that I wasn't sure I could create. It's a lot of layering. There's a lot of detail in that.
And everyone's interpretation is a little bit different. Some of the other skeins we've gotten are quite a bit darker and moodier. I would say yours is definitely the brightest and the lightest in colorways, which I love it. It makes me think of, well, I suppose Newfoundland, like water and rocks and
funnily enough, we did not coordinate dressing the same. We're both wearing our Sabai tops that we both knit, and when we started this project, I did gift everybody with a Labradorite pendant, and we both didn't wear it today, which is weird.
I had it, and I don't
have my ring on today either, which is very funny. It's upstairs, but we also had quite a large piece of Labradorite in the shop, and so I would look at that too, and let the color. When the light hits it a certain way, you do get those bright colors.
Yeah.
So I do get, the darker Labradorite, because sometimes it does look very gray and very, very deep. But I really was attracted to that bright green and the little bit of gold and those things.
Yeah, the highlights of gold. That we all have our own pendant, and all of them are just slightly different. There's one that's a bit more gold, and there's one that's a bit more blue, and then there's 2 that are kind of in the middle there. So I understand what you're saying, and it's just an artist's interpretation of it, which is what makes it all so interesting and different.
And I've also heard that the Labradorite from here is a little bit different as well. I guess that makes sense. You're going to find different rock showing up differently around the world. So, maybe it is a little bit brighter here.
You gotta hope. Yeah.
Would you say that you have a signature, like some people love to dye really bright things and some people like to dye certain colors? Do you think you have a signature color or expression that you think is uniquely you?
I tend to go with the grays and the blues and the earthy colors.
Right.
It's when I do something really like a pretty color that's sort of straying away from my gut. I keep going back to earthy colors.
Right.
So the grays, the blues, deep greens. Sometimes gemstone colors. I really like those as well.
Right.
But other than the Labradorite, the other one that's very common for me to dye and has been a bestseller is the Mussels on the Beach. So that's grays and blues and those kind of colors.
Certainly, I always like to buy a skein of yarn as a travel as a travel souvenir skein. And that,
Yes.
Mussels on the Beach would definitely appeal in that way.
Yes.
So you're hitting the tourism crowd with that one for sure.
Yeah. And that was probably one of the first ones I dyed up. It was again a challenge. My sister mentioned it and she said, "Oh, you should do mussels." And I thought, it didn't appeal to me in the beginning. And then when I started looking at all the different blues and grays and everything in it and a little bit of gold, orangey gold, I fell in love with it. So I had to try it. And
Way to
it
go,
has
sis.
been, other than the Labradorite, that's definitely the best seller. But the mussels on the
Nice.
beach, I can't keep in the shop as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
I struggle with buying only one skein, actually.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Well, I have about 100 different colorways now. So, and, I just keep creating more. So I don't have them all at the same time. But where it is, I don't know. For me, it's an art form. It's not a business so much as a love of color. So, I just keep putting that out and, people take to it or they don't.
Yeah.
Obviously, enough people are taking to it. So,
yeah, so far, so good.
Yeah. When you see like online, people tagging you in some of their projects with your yarn, like has anything really stood out to you that like, oh, I want to make that now, or that like that you're most proud of your yarn being involved in?
Many of them. Jennifer has done a couple that I really like. I'm always blown away by Jennifer's work. It's incredible. So when she does something, it really makes me take notice. But yeah, I honestly have not had enough time to knit and create for myself, which is kind of sad because this is where it all started in the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have not been knitting like I used to. I'm mostly just dyeing yarn and thinking colors day and night.
And I'm just thinking like, well, I guess when you're dyeing, you get to touch it anyways. But like,
Yeah.
I can't wait to start working with it just because I'm squishing it now.
It is lovely.
Yeah.
That it's just so lovely that for you not to get to work with it.
And it's funny how my interest has changed from the creating a knitted product to creating the skein of yarn. So you're right, I do get to look at it, but I like looking at it when it's wet and I like looking at it when it's, dried, and then I put it in the skein, it looks a little different again. So I'm kind of getting all of those different things taking the place of the actual creating
instead of the creative clothing. Instead of the creative process of the garment, your creative process is this, and so it's an extension.
Well, and I'm imagining, I mean, I don't have grandchildren yet, and I better not because I only have teenagers, but I'm imagining it's
warning.
I'm imagining it's almost like this is your child, and then when people work with it, it's like I'm imagining that's what grandchildren would be like.
It's crazy that you say that because when I first dyed them and I brought them to the shop and I didn't know if anyone would like any of them, it was like passing over my babies, and I called them that.
Yeah.
I said like, I'm putting them out in the world. And even when someone buys them in the shop and I wrap them up in tissue paper, it's like, oh, passing over the baby, But you do get attached. It's very crazy to think of it in those ways. But
that kind of love is what makes a great colorways and great product and things that we all emotionally respond to, because you're putting your emotion into the product. And then as buyers and knitters, I see the emotion in your product. This is just happiness and hiking and outdoors to me.
Yes, thank you. I think what comes back to me is I did spend a few years living outside of Newfoundland and missed home tremendously. And so now I often talk to Newfoundlanders who are moved away and, live wherever, and they say, I just want a piece of home. So they'll send me a little message, and say, I'm buying your yarn because it reminds me of home. So that's like the biggest compliment for me, because that's exactly what I was trying to do, is like, yes, this reminds me of where I am, and hopefully, someone can take that with them.
Yeah. And so you kind of mentioned Jennifer like by first name. Are you guys friendly? Like is the
Absolutely.
community small
Yeah.
in Newfoundland?
Yeah, so she drops into the shop every now and then. I
Oh,
had no idea
lovely.
she was doing this beautiful sweater till it was done.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, she sent me a little sneak peek, but I didn't realize it until it was almost there, and it was like, whoa, that's gorgeous.
It's a stunner.
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
she's a lovely person,
Oh,
so
Oh,
that's
that's so
creative.
lovely.
cool and this is like when we started visiting our local yarn stores more regularly
Mhm.
and connecting with people at more of the markets. Um, just how instantly you can connect with somebody over craft has been so fantastic.
Absolutely.
And
Mm-hmm.
here we are thinking, we'll just be kind of local, and we'll just kind of review maybe just the island stores.
Yes.
The crazier we get, like the
Well,
there's some
Labradorite projects take us everywhere.
it's yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And to be able to find something in common with somebody, you know, like across, not just across the country, because our country is extremely large,
Hmm.
you know. It I don't know, it just does something in my heart, in my soul, to connect with people that that love something this much that I love,
Yeah.
and to know.
It's that belonging to a bigger community. And how
Yeah.
cool is that? That
Absolutely.
our coast to your
Yeah.
coast, and we
Yeah.
still have the same love and the same
Yeah.
desire to knit emotions and knit love.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And even just meeting people that have come into the shop, we had a couple of ladies from Australia last year, and they said, we sought you out. We knew your yarn shop was here and we
Ah,
wanted to come, and it was like, wow. So,
it's
but it's
mind
true.
blowing.
Everybody around the world has this desire to create something beautiful, and you're looking for a special fiber. When you visit a place, you go to a yarn shop because you want to see what's different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it is
My
a
mom
great
is
way.
trying to limit how many yarn shops I'm allowed to go to
Oh
when we come.
man, Mom.
So she's, I don't know,
The heck?
I think she's worried about how much I'm going to end up coming home with, because she knows I have no self
Yeah.
constraint, and so I'll be
Do you
boring
know,
her.
last year I went on a knitting cruise. We went up from Seattle to Alaska.
Yeah.
We
Amazing.
did go into Victoria. So I bought so much yarn. I shipped my clothes home in a flat rate box so I could stuff my yarn in my suitcase.
Well
Because I was like,
done.
if I'm going to lose something, I want it to be
Lose
the
the
clothes and
clothes.
not my precious
Amazing,
babies.
Pamela. Did you go to Beehive Yarn
I
Shop?
did.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
nice,
did.
nice.
It was
It's
lovely.
it's a
Bought a
great.
lot there.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
in there. It's a behemoth of a
Yeah.
store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Went to Bainbridge Island to Lamb and
Oh,
Kid, and
Nice.
yes.
Yeah.
it was just lovely. And then all the little shops in Alaska, the same thing, same as what you're speaking about. It's on the other side of the world, really, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you want to go and see what's different and how does somebody else see color, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else's interpretation of something that you see. I think that's what I'm getting from this Labradorite project, is this different
Yeah.
interpretation of one item. It's really fascinating to
Yes.
me.
and
Yeah, I love
and
it.
and the different emotion that the color evokes too.
Hmm.
And I've pretty much found projects for everything, but they're because I'm very organized. I have a spreadsheet. And Jody hasn't updated her projects yet because she hasn't decided. But to just
No
know,
idea.
oh, that's it. That's what I have to make.
Yeah.
Like it,
Yes.
how it speaks to you is fascinating to me. It's this like a spiritual event of connecting with fiber and color and
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
so
And
weird.
that's the great thing about you never have to worry about, am I going to run out of an idea, or is it going to be too much like a different dyer?
Hmm.
They're never the same because everybody's coming at it in a different way, and your own perspective on how
Mm-hmm.
you see something.
Yeah.
So they're all so different. So even though you say like you have 8 different Labradorite, I'm sure they're all very different.
They are.
Because
Absolutely.
They are very
yeah,
different.
It's
yeah,
wild.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I think it's really cool too.
Yeah. And even though the most recent one that we ordered that we're like, oh, this one is what would you call it? Like plainer?
Yeah, it's more less depth of color. Maybe I'm not even sure that's fair.
But then I was like, oh, how can you miss out on one? And B, what an interesting representation of something like this is what they're seeing and putting out, and I thought, okay, we've got to give this baby a shot to see what it can become.
It's never fair to judge it on the internet either, because it's in hand, it's so much different. What your eye sees, what you feel. Like this one is so lovely because of the silk. It's just so soft.
So you've got your store, you've kind of got an online presence. Like, do you sell mainly in person or online? Like what is, I mean, that's a really businessy kind of answer, but
mainly in person.
Okay.
The shop has taken off really well. We have tourists that start coming in April, and from April to November, it's nonstop pretty well. So we are
Amazing.
very, very busy in the summer. I do have people contact me as well through Instagram, Facebook, and say, I saw this and wondering about whatever, or would you consider, because I do custom dyeing as well. If somebody doesn't see what they like, but they have an idea, I don't mind doing that for them.
That's cool.
So I would say most of the shopping is probably in the shop itself, but a fair bit of online and that kind of.
Has anyone ever asked you to dye a colorway that you just could not get on board with, that you just didn't like?
I have done some that it was not my preference, but then it's just for them.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it in the shop and call it, I don't name the babies that are not mine. So if it's theirs, I'll make their color and, and try to do it the way they want.
Right.
But it's not one that I would name and put on my shelf.
That's fascinating. It's almost like commissioning a painting.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
Very similar.
I never thought about doing that with yarn.
Oh yeah. Yeah. People have projects
spiraling.
that come in mind, and it's like, I can't find what I'm looking for that would match this project. And I'll do my best to make it the way they want it, for sure.
Amazing.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
That was one of my questions, is do you do requested colorways? You just segued right into that. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you try and stockpile, like, through the winter when maybe it's slightly quieter in your shop because the tourism trade isn't so big? Do you try and stockpile a lot going into the season? Because it must be so hard in the summer to keep up with it.
It's very hard, and that would have been the plan, except for Knit City. So I went straight from, we have a fairly large craft fair in November. So I went straight from being as stocked as possible for that to preparing for Knit City. So I haven't really had much of a downtime.
You're going to have to hire
trying
someone.
to keep the store. I know. It's
Pamela,
like I'm
you need help.
getting a little bit. Yeah, it's taking a lot.
But I'm listening to you talk about how passionate you are and how much you love your babies. And so I can imagine for you that also must be difficult to let someone else dye something when it's not, it's so personal for you, which is what makes your colors so fabulous, I think.
It would make a whole different product, really. Like,
yeah, interesting.
I know. I've thought about it, and honestly, that's how I feel about it as well. I haven't kind of grown, I guess, big enough so that it has become, I can hand somebody a recipe and it's like, just do that.
Just do what I say.
Because every day, I might change things a little bit and say, oh, how about if we try this? Or I saw this today. And so right now, where it's such a personal thing, I can do all those things. So I don't know. I don't know how it would change.
It
going
sounds more
forward.
about the process than the actual product. It's which which we are thinking about all the time. If we're process knitters, are we doing this to learn something? Are we doing this to like work through something? Or
I agree.
Is it, I want this product. And for you, it sounds like the whole process it's more of an artistic endeavor, not a business one, which is not a, I mean, that's how I
it's definitely a little of both because it is a business. And actually, my husband just retired. So
you're putting him to work.
All right. I was just going to say, he's working now.
Yeah. So this is it. We're trying to find our feet in this new world, but it's definitely something that I need to keep us going. So it's a business in that way, is that it has to bring in income. But yeah, it's just like the most fun and the best thing I've ever done, so I'm loving it.
I love that.
But it's a lot of work.
Is there like a traditional, I can't stop feeling is there a traditional like Newfoundland garment or a knit item that
yes, there has been. I don't know if you're familiar with the saltwater books.
Saltwater mittens. Okay.
Saltwater mittens.
I whispered mittens when you asked that. Sorry.
Yeah. So Christine and Shirley, they've written quite a few books on the traditional Newfoundland. The mitts, the socks, hats, scarves, sweaters, those kind of things. So that would be more your traditional. If you were going to, there's a shop downtown St. John's, Nonia, and they stock the traditional sweaters in, the styles that they've been knitting for like 100 years. So, what I do, I wouldn't really consider traditional. I'm not using the same kind of yarns that are traditionally used here. I'm using more of the luxury yarns. So that's, how I've branched out a bit.
Yeah.
But it's with our colors. So I try to keep the tradition of, what is normal for us to see around us.
Yeah.
But I've brought it into more the luxury yarns.
Nice.
If I may ask, I don't want you to have to give away secrets. That's not why I'm asking, but I'm always intensely curious where you get your bases from. Like where people, how do you even begin to source yarn that you're going to use for your dyeing?
So my love of the yarns that I'm using came from working in the shop that I started with. So Katie, who owned the shop, was an incredible teacher. I used to tease her and say, you've saved my life kind of thing. I just felt like she opened up such a world to me that I didn't know was there. So I learned all about those kind of amazing fibers. And so I just had to kind of keep going in that direction. As much as there's a place for rustic yarns, and I've knit quite a few things out of, more of a traditional rustic yarn. This is where my heart went. Was for the silk and the cashmere and I just really loved it. So
I always say buy the most expensive yarn that you can afford. And so rustic yarns are lovely and have their place, but this is always what I would choose to purchase, is something with silk or cashmere.
Yeah. So that's where I fell in love with it. And that's where I decided that was going to be the market that I was interested in doing, and there's other people that do the other one, and that's great. I don't feel like anything is better than something else. It's just we all kind of pick a different path, and this is what works.
And there's room for everyone.
I was just thinking.
Absolutely.
I was just thinking.
Yeah.
There's room for everyone. Sharing the cell again.
Do you have a favorite base? Like your kind of go to your favorite?
Yeah. I think the one you're holding is probably my favorite. It tends to dye really well.
That's the silk, isn't it?
Anything I do on the silk turns out the way I want it to turn out. I love the shine. It's soft, but it's just got that beautiful shine, so that
sure does.
The colors kind of glow sometimes.
Yes. And with the silk, it'll drape beautifully.
The other one I love just is the linen. So this is merino, linen, and yak.
I'm gonna have to order some of that.
This one as well. I call it "Come From Away."
I saw that this morning.
That is my mother's favorite musical.
Oh yeah,
She's
yeah,
seen
exactly.
That a million times.
But we called people "Come From Aways" long before the musical. So it's a common term here.
Yeah,
that's a term for someone who's not from Newfoundland.
Yeah, exactly.
An outlander.
So if somebody moved here even, but they're not from here, we tease and say, you're a come from away. But yeah, so this yarn is also very, very soft, but it's I love that the part that the linen doesn't dye, so it has that little bit of and it just knits up so nicely. So this is also one of my favorites.
We planned a trip to Iceland, the four of us, and I was unable to go. And so they all bought yarn to make a certain sweater. And then I bought the yarn back here, and I bought a blend very similar or exactly the same as what you're talking about there. And oh my goodness, how the colors shine in it, and that little fleck of white. It's just, I can see why that's a favorite for you. Come from away.
And ours are itchy and scratchy that we don't often wear, and yours is lovely because we bought the Icelandic yarn.
I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
Amazing. The souvenir yarn is my favorite. They all made fun of me that I brought a big empty suitcase.
Yes.
And I did not fill it alone, so you're welcome. But we did buy a lot of souvenir. I did buy a lot of souvenir yarn.
Oh yeah,
I'm working through that.
It's the best to bring home. I never have a problem with bringing home a skein of yarn because I learned so much from seeing somebody else's work, but it's also, you can make something out of it and you can have it forever. I don't know.
And it will always
it's a great investment.
And it will always evoke those travels.
Absolutely.
It's a great souvenir. Sure. So everyone head down to the Artistic Loft and check out Windswept Fibers when you're traveling.
I'm putting it on my map and my spreadsheet that I'm creating for our trip.
Well, I am really hoping I get to meet you all here.
I will. Well, it'll for sure be me and my mother.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, we have to stay in Canada for her, but if she's still up to it by the time June rolls around, we're gonna come, and I'm gonna
wonderful.
I'll make sure that I connect with you by email, and then make sure you're gonna be in the store or something, because that'll be so fun. And maybe by then I'll have my sweater finished. I still have to find a gray, because I'm basically gonna copy what Jennifer Beal did.
Well, I certainly could have sent the gray with you. I did. If I had known.
I did not really think. I just thought, my mom and I are gonna go to Fibres West, so I'll try and find something there in March.
Yeah.
But if I don't find anything, then I know who I'm calling to.
So I did dye up to bring to Toronto with it. I call it Storms Coming. It's really dark gray.
Okay.
But it matches it nicely.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. Pop. Because I don't want to do black, because I already have a black that I'm mixing with another Labradorite, and so I don't want to.
Yes.
I don't want to do black again, but dark gray sounds okay.
Storms coming.
I'm so excited.
Pamela, it's been such a joy to listen to you talk with such love of your corner of the world and your piece of Canada and your yarn. It makes me so happy to listen to how passionate you are.
Yeah. We're so grateful to you for the inspiration for our Labradorite project, and
you're the one that started it all.
Being generous.
How nice.
Being generous with your time.
It's been so fun to chat with both of you as well. I feel like, I have new friends.
You
Absolutely.
do.
We're in the knitting
So the next time I'm in BC, we'll have to connect.
When you come to Abbotsford to see your sister.
Come in. Well, Abbotsford is not close, but
whatever, we'll come to you.
Well, it's closer than St. John's.
That is
exactly.
That is true. That is true. And we'll definitely knit together. So I'm going to do a little outro. We're so glad that you joined us this week. A special thanks to Pamela from Windswept Fibers and Design for joining us into our Tech with Matt and our sponsors, Chrysalis Counseling and Ingrid Stennerson, RMT. Please subscribe where you listen, like and follow and comment and connect with us on Instagram and Facebook. And until then,
happy knitting.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.